Well, first and foremost, it's important to say that the Liberal Democrats are back. We surprised everyone at the general election with our best result for Liberals in these islands in 100 years. Here in Scotland, we overtook the Conservatives, we trebled our seats, and we came within touching distance of the SNP. And we can do it again, because in 10 constituencies across the country, we're on the verge of beating the SNP. But wherever you are, a vote for the Lib Dems on that second peach-coloured ballot, the regional ballot, will elect a Lib Dem MSP, and with it that vision for change. What makes us different from the other parties? Well, Kevin Badenoch, the unlikely champion of the Lib Dems, described us as somebody who turns up and fixes your church roof. Guilty as charged. We are communitarians. We sweat the small stuff about fixing potholes, taking out the bins, making sure everything's sorted. We get stuff done. But we care passionately about those people half a world away that we will never meet, whether that's facing war or conflict or famine or climate injustice. And we reach for policy which extends equalities and diversity and brings justice to our world. Well, I'm in politics because of young people. My 19 years as a youth worker lit a fire under me to help particularly those who are perhaps the most disengaged with education, employment and training that society and parliamentarians traditionally write off. I mean, I think that there is such undiscovered potential there, and I want to help leverage that. That's why I joined the Liberal Democrats, because I think we recognise young people's role in society. We want to lift them up, and that's in several ways. That's getting Scottish education back to its best, giving young people the best start in life. Let's go before that. In terms of early years, we want to make sure that every child has the right to a great start to life. That's why Lib Dems fought for funding for services for the 1,500 babies who've been born addicted to drugs since 2017. We want to go further. We want to improve classroom environments. We want to take mobile phones out of schools and put pupil support assistants in. We want to give everyone a guaranteed entitlement to youth work across Scotland, because we recognise that reaches the parts that other forms of learning can't, and that actually a youth work relationship is sometimes the most positive adult relationship a young person might have. We want to deal with adverse childhood experiences. We want to get more young people into training and skills development opportunities. We want to make sure they can get access to the rental market and get a property, get a stable home environment, because without a stable home environment, it's very difficult to learn, it's very difficult to work. Well, we are living in a time where online tech is outstripping policy, in the sense that parliaments across the world are struggling to catch up with the developments in AI and deepfakes and misinformation. And we've seen, I think, in horrifying clarity, the example of X and Grok in particular, generating masses of online very troubling pornography, nudification, distorting celebrities into horrendous deepfake videos, and almost without reply. And it was, there was one point where Elon Musk, I think, was laughing at the parliaments of the world. I think we need an international global convention, both on AI and misinformation. We need to ensure that Ofcom has the power to move with haste and with pace to take down illegal AI-generated images, and we need to protect artists from AI scraping that will rob them of their intellectual property. It's hard to engage people with politics at the best of times when they can't believe what they're seeing online, that people are just going to turn away. And apathy breeds oppression. It really does. We want an active citizenry. We will need people to have faith in what they're reading online, faith in what politicians are telling them. But also, with all the AI slop and the deep fakes out there, there's a point at which, real wrongdoing will go undetected, because it will be dismissed as deep fake even if it's real. And I think that's a very concerning reality as well. Also, we're living in a world where people inhabit constructs of their own creation, and they're in echo chambers where there's no kind of proper fact-checking or ability to understand a different point of view. That's not healthy in any democracy. I think it's really important that you understand all sides of a debate before you take a side, and we're just not getting that. I'm certainly not opposed to it. I mean, I mean, it's rather dispiriting that we would have to legislate to stop parliamentarians lying. I mean, one of the things, several things we want to do to clean up our politics, and Lib Dems are actually bringing this forward in our manifesto for the Scottish Parliament, is to introduce an Accountability Act, which does things, for example, like introduces a contempt of Parliament rule, which we don't have in the Scottish Parliament, that Westminster has, that when government openly defies the will of Parliament, there are recriminations, there is an outcome from that. There's no reason why we couldn't put something similar into the pages of that Accountability Act. But we also want to go further, and that's introducing the right of recall, where parliamentarians who have found to have committed an offence can be subject to recall petition and a by-election if their constituents decide that. And we also want to make sure that all politicians are subjected to the same disclosure checks that youth workers and social workers are in respect of the time and opportunity we have with vulnerable adults and with children. Oh, I wouldn't know if I had, I mean, I think I did. My mum suggested I did the other day when I sent her a video of an octopus throwing stones at another octopus because he was trying to romantically entice this female octopus and she was having none of it. And Mum said, I think that's AI. And I was like, well, I'd rather hope it's not because it's quite a sweet video. But I don't know if I have that.